Welcome back to Peace, Love and Tarot. This reading is for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and it's the weekly reading for May 13 to 19. So your cards this week, Cancer: energies, leaving, completing or transitioning. You have the Two of Pentacles clarified with the Ten of Wands. Focus energies, you have the Page of Wands clarified with the Five of Cups. Coming in towards the end of the week, you have the Eight of Swords clarified with the Nine of Swords. So no major arcana this week, Cancer, which is fine. It just means that it's a less sort of significant event, maybe not so much of a karmic life lesson. And it's really great to have weeks where it's a bit like that and the energy isn't as intense. So energies leaving, completing or transitioning looks to me like you've been in a period of hard work. Ten of Wands is all about sort of carrying additional responsibility or sort of a heavy load. So you might have had more tasks on than usual. You might have been finishing up a project that really needed you to do some longer hours, take additional responsibility or that sort of thing. But it can always be that feeling of being quite weighed down or overwhelmed with those extra responsibilities. And with the Two of Pentacles here, I really sense it's that feeling of you're needing to juggle that with the other responsibilities in your life. And it's like just when you start getting on top of things and you're about to lift one side of those pentacles, then someone puts another task, another wand on your pile, and then the balance flips again. And I think that it's probably made you feel quite sort of emotionally overwhelmed. No one likes to be working too hard for a long period of time. It can lead to burnout and all those sorts of things. So I feel like this week is the week that things are shifting up. It's potential that when you're pushing so hard for a period of time, that you literally start to spill your cups. That can be literally starting to be less efficient, or making errors because you're overworked, or literally starting to feel emotionally overwhelmed, and the things kind of I'm seeing like a rope that starts fraying. You start sort of getting to the end of your tether. And here in Australia we have that saying of literally dropping the ball. So it's kind of like you're on that fragile balance where you're just sort of keeping things together and keeping things balanced and trying not to drop the ball and spill your cups. But with the Page of Wands here this week, I really feel that you strongly want to get your balance back and you want to get back to your free-spirited energy. So, with the Ten of Wands, it's like when you're carrying that massive heavy load and, all you can do is really sort of, look down, put one foot in front of the other and keep on plodding along to your end goal. The Page of Wands is a different energy. He's looking up to a bright, expansive terrain here. He's looking for new opportunities, for growth. So I really think this is where it's like, okay, I'm putting down these wands. Okay, what's next in store for me? Because it's likely if you've been sort of tied down in this energy, you haven't really had a time to think about, okay, well, what's next? What's next when I finish this task or finish taking, the responsibility in the home while my partner was away, whatever the extra responsibility was. This is when you get to come up for air and think about what's next for you. And in the Five of Cups here, even though there might have been spilt cups and, during this time, it's a feeling of disappointment or things may or may not have gone your way. But what we've got here is two full to the rim new cups or new opportunities just waiting on that horizon for you. Now towards the end of the week, we've got the Eight of Swords and the Nine of Swords coming in here, guys. So, this is that kind of sense of guilt, that self-imposed bondage. With the Nine of Swords here too, a sense of anxiety or depression or things that keeping you awake at night. So it's almost like you're sort of coming back into this energy a little bit and focusing back on these spilt cups and the things that were lost, and maybe over analyzing your performance in this busy time. And I really think that the key to moving forward is to release yourself from this energy and think about all the positives. You've got new opportunities here, you're broadening your horizons, you're stepping back into your creative center and your free-spirited energy. So really with the Eight of Swords energy, if you look at the character in the card, the sword in front of her has actually been moved, so she could actually walk free from that if she wanted to. So it's that sense that your worst enemy is your mind. So you really just need to let that go, start thinking about the future, the future and the opportunities that are open to you, because I feel like this, with the numbers here, you've got 8, 9 and 10, this kind of cycle of busyness and extra responsibility and sort of feeling the emotional and mental burden of that is coming to completion. So you just need to allow that to complete. I think you'll start feeling the seeds of new opportunity, expansion, and new sort of, full cup feelings. Your cup's starting to be, half full rather than half empty again. And I think after this week, that's when you're going to really, really shift out of this. So that's what I have for you this week, Cancer. Have a good week with that. Stay positive, focus on the good stuff, and everything will be shifting for you. So have a good week, Cancer. Feel free to comment on the video if it resonated for you. Just keeping in mind it is a general reading. It's not going to resonate for everybody, and we'll see you for another reading next week.